busy. My own show, as I mentioned, is actually this coming Friday, and it's our Christmas in July show. It's the Thought That Counts. So that's coming up, and these shows are also raising money for other foundations. So this show that I have for next Friday is raising money for the Okra Project, which is for Black Trans Lives, an organization fixated on promoting and uplifting and educating and whatnot. So that's been what I've been doing in a nutshell.
Well, how about if you ask your collaborator and, this is called Quinceañera and the sax, because at this point, we've had some incredible sax players. So why don't you ask Jan, because I know he's been busy too, what the hell he's been up to.
I know. As I can hear in your music, which I, again, was so honored to dance to. Jan, please tell us what you've got going on. What can we look forward to?
Yeah, so actually the song that you danced on, that one is from my first album that was released in 2016. But at the moment, luckily, I feel very thankful to be in this situation. Luckily, I have a new album that I'm working on with my group, the Slavorican Assembly. Because I would just like to say, before you said like the Latinx artist, I'm actually like an adopted Latinx artist here, and I'm very honored that you think of me so much as one of you that you forgot.
Where did we adopt you from? Yeah,
I'm originally from Slovenia, and somehow like I was always drawn to like Latin jazz music, and through some people I went to school with here, I kind of became a part of that scene and started playing a lot with those guys. We're actually with one of those bands. We're going to be doing the concert live from Lateo on August 8th. That's Marta Garcia's band. But right now I'm working on my group, which is like a combination of my Latin jazz experiences and my own background. So that's why we're called the Slavorican Assembly. So we're fusing Balkan and Caribbean music. And I'm very glad that I have this album, because it's something that's like keeping me on track and it's keeping me occupied. And in a weird way, for me, it's kind of good to have so much time now and so much peace, because I'm working very extensively on the post-production of the album, overdubbing instruments, editing electronics, working on videos, stuff like that. It's a very, very elaborate album that's like every genre in music is there almost. Like it's really cross genre and cross-cultural to begin with. So there's a lot of things to work on, and yeah, that's the only thing I've been doing. Like I've been to Brooklyn. I live in Queens, so I've been to Brooklyn 3 times since the pandemic started to visit the bass player of the group. But otherwise, I'm literally at home, and that's all I do. So, but I'm so happy that I have the material to work with, because otherwise, yeah, it would be really.
Well, I want to shout out to Frank Fantini, who's the man with that cinematographic background. He's actually, the man doing the transmission. So thank you, Frank. Good evening. And before we keep going on to more of like the essence of this, yes, Victor, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to quickly remark, because Jan, you were talking about your music, and to complement this piece that we're going to showcase that I had to censor to work on. You said you've been working sensibly, and what was the other word you used? Elaborate, yes.
Yeah.
For as short of a song as it was, your music is sensibly elaborate. And it was very wonderful to, create a physical narrative to one that already has a very interesting oral narrative that I think, even if you listen to it without seeing the dance, I think it's a sensibly elaborate journey for whoever is listening.
Oh, nice. That's great. Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it, because I'm actually always trying to write cinematically, if that makes sense. Like I'm always trying for the music to not feel like music, but to make you think of other things. And
picture orally.
I'm like a huge cinema buff, and I grew up in theater. It's like